I've got her on autofocus today, so hopefully it doesn't become out of focus too much. I've got this jar on my right side full of makeup that either I haven't tried or I have to like review still already. So every now and then I think I'm just gonna go through this and then like try some makeup on for you or review whatever's in there. Today, this is what I pulled out, the 3CE Maison Kitsune collection, which is not new, I guess. It depends on how you think about it. Talked about this in a vlog a long time ago, but I never got around to doing it. So now I'm going to just kind of do a sort of get ready with me while I talk about the products. I already did my base. You might see some spots on my face, but please ignore that because I got some laser done recently. So there's like spots on my face. There were two releases with the Maison Kitsune. Maison Kitsune? Anyway, there were two releases. The first round was... What was the first round? I don't even remember. Anyway, I don't think it matters that much. There's two eye palettes. There is a... Oh my god, I set my face with powder already. Shit, well, I guess I can talk about it anyway. Eyeshadow palettes, powder, cheek products, lip balm, lots of lip stuff. Lip balms, lip crayons, lip tints, and there are some glitter liners. Okay, let me zoom in. I already put powder on. Oh, damn it. So here we've got the Maison Kitsune Primer Setting Powder. This is in medium beige. I asked the girl, is this like a primer or like powder? Because primer goes first, then foundation, and then powder on top. But she was just like, oh, it's just powder. So I guess just powder. I'm assuming primer for powder products on top, maybe? It comes with a puff here. I don't know if I really like the puff because whenever I use powder, pressed powder, I tend to take the puff, if I'm using it with a puff, and I kind of twist it and then, you know, blot effects and then powder. But with this, the way that the actual thing is in the pan, it moves around. So if I do this, it twists with it, so I'm not actually getting product on the puff. So with this, I kind of have to just dab it on there or swipe down this way, but I feel like that's getting too much product. But this powder, I don't know if I even want to use it. I have powder on right now, but it really just gives you the same effect that you see this powder. It's not super matte. It gives you sort of like a soft, creamy sort of texture to the skin. It's not completely deadifying. It doesn't make you look completely dead and matte. It does leave a bit of life to your face. So if maybe you have oily skin, your oils will probably go through and you'll probably have like a dewiness to your skin by the end of the day. But if you have dry skin, it's not overly drying. I would just suggest using it with a powder brush because if I recommend puffs for oily skin and brushes for dry skin because this kind of just lightly sets the foundation without it getting too matte and dry and nasty looking. There's only two colors and I have it in I think it's only two colors, but I have mine in medium beige. Oh, and also if you use the puff, there is actually a little bit of coverage. If you have a little bit of redness even after foundation, you might like that. I don't feel like I need it, so that's why I tend to just use a brush or set lightly with the puff. Next up, we've got the Maison Kitsune multi-color palettes. There are two colorways. This one is in Freezing Step and this one is in Warming Wear. You can tell they kind of have very similar colorings, they're just in different undertones. This one is more like a pink brown palette and this one is definitely more of like a warm peachy brown palette. I'm gonna go with this one today only because I have purple hair now, so I think it would suit me more. Actually, even before coloring my hair like this, I think I still preferred Freezing Step more only because I just like kind of pinky browns. This one, I felt like there was just too much shimmer. Okay, here I'm gonna say it now. This whole collection, I feel like only really suits people that are fair to like light medium. I feel like these would not show up on anyone that has deeper skin tones. I'm not surprised, I mean, this is K-beauty, right? But especially these palettes, because these palettes, they remind me kind of Etude House palettes. Like this one, for example. Individual shadows are really great, but their palettes can be hit or miss. I wouldn't say it's a miss, it's just like, this whole collection is more, it's very like, it's very Japanese style, very like kind of light. I wouldn't say pastel, but it's kind of on that really like pastely side, but like more on like the warm side. So it's more like washes of color, very watercolory types of aesthetics. So you're not gonna get like super strong pops of color. You're just gonna get, again, washes and nuances of color. And with this, I mean, these palettes, that's kind of what you're getting. You get 6 powder shadows and you get 1 blush. So in that sense, I think it's nice if you are the type of person that kind of only has one look that you like to do throughout the day, which honestly, if I did have all this makeup, I would probably do that. I know there are a lot of people out there that kind of just like to have one daily makeup look, and I think with K-beauty, that's like the thing. There's a lot of, it's probably just on YouTube, but I feel like beauty gurus are always trying to come out with like super unique looks, but in Korea, like a whole, well, what I feel like K-beauty is, there's always an emphasis on daily makeup, because for the most part, that's what people want, is makeup they can wear every day. Of course, unique, like all these strong looks are fun, but at the end of the day, people buy makeup so that they can wear it out on a daily basis. They're not extremely pigmented. You're just gonna get like a basic look. No matter what combination you do, I feel like it's all gonna end up looking the same. At least that's for me. There is even like a little step-by-step guide on the back to show you where to place each color. You don't have to do that. Of course, you can wear your makeup however you want. I'm gonna go in with, let me zoom in. My camera is so fucking low. So I don't think I'm gonna follow the step-by-step guide just because I know how I like to do my eye makeup. I'm gonna go in with this shade all over. So you can see very light washes of color. You're not gonna get like super extreme with these sorts of things. Then I'm gonna go in with this shade right here, which honestly doesn't look that different from the first one. Then I'm gonna use this warmer pink. Then I'm gonna take this gold color. It's like a kind of coppery gold. And this one is really subtle. This one is really subtle. You'll only really get like a light sheen on the center of your lid. I'm gonna try a sponge applicator. It's a little bit better. I'm gonna take a bullet brush. I'm gonna dip that into that brown. If you have fairer skin, it's definitely gonna show up on you much better. The thing is, I don't really hate this palette. I of course do wish it was more pigmented. You're really not getting like anything like wild. It creates this sort of a look. Like washes of color around the lids. There's some people that like that, there's some people that don't, so it's up to you. Oh, and did I mention there's a lot of fallout? I don't think I set my forehead with powder, so we can actually try the powder on my forehead. You probably really won't be able to see the difference though, because I was kind of creasing. So it kind of softens your skin, the appearance of your skin. My skin is shit, so if your skin is better, it will look much better on you. A lot of people tend to think that in K-beauty, the look is more about like super dewy, natural. While yes, the look of dewy, natural, glowy skin is still a thing. I think it's always been a thing. I would even go so far as to say it's more about having that baby soft looking skin, not necessarily super dewy and super like glossy. And because I think glass skin is really, I think that was more of like a trend in the West, I would say, but it was just attributed to K-beauty because it was started by a Korean. I think she was Korean, but I don't really hear about glass skin here in Korea. So I don't know. It comes down to personal preference about how you want your skin to look, but it's more about like that soft sort of look, especially now that it's summer. No, I don't think anybody wants to be super shiny, except me. The blush is like a really soft cream. The powder is really soft and creamy. And the thing is, it matches the eyeshadow as well, so you don't have to go through the trouble finding a matching blush. So I think this is great for travel, but do keep in mind you're only gonna be able to get a look that's more like this. This palette right here is mostly shimmers, and I don't remember reaching for this that much because I tried it once and I was just like, but I'm the type of person that prefers more matte shades in my look, and then I'll have like 1 or 2 shimmery sorts of shades. Speaking of shimmer, the next product is actually one that I'm not gonna force it down your throat, but I recommend it. I like it. I find myself actually kind of reaching for it quite often. And these are the eye switches. And they're pretty much like glitter liners. They're very similar to the Urban Decay glitter metal liners or whatever. Is this like a brush? No, it's like a silicone tip. The applicator is like a silicone, it's like a very sharp silicone brush. And so you can get really precise lines, I guess. The first initial like swipe, you're gonna get pretty decent payoff with the glitter, but the more you run the line, the more like watery it gets, and of course the glitter runs out. So you do have to dip it a little bit, but I don't really use these as glitter liner. My favorite way of using these is actually to highlight and accent the aiguisade, and the effect is so freaking pretty. Okay, I was gonna say something, but let me apply it first. My favorite way of applying these is actually using this tiny, I got this brush from Joan. Thanks, Joan. This tiny ass little brush from Real Techniques is the square detailer brush. I like to use the brush because I don't want to get too much. For liner, it's okay. Like if you use it on the top line as a liner, it's fine. But if I'm using it on the aiguisade, I feel like it's too much if I use the applicator. Or if I need to, I have to be so precise that it's almost kind of annoying. I'm gonna use, my favorite color is Oh Honey, because it's like this golden shade. The other color, Petal, I feel like it's too white for the purpose that I use it. I mean, not too white, but it's, yeah, like it's too much white pigment, it's too bright for me. Dalsegno? That one's okay too, but it's more of like a pinky hue, so it depends on like my mood that day. So what I do is I actually pop her open and I take the brush and I just take a little bit on one side of the brush. Again, I'm only taking the smallest amount. I hope I can do this on camera. And what I do is I have to look up into the mirror and gently pat. Isn't that so cute? I mean, I think it is. You're probably like, no, it's fucking not. But the glitter chunks in there, I mean, it's a pretty chunky glitter, I would say. It's not the finest glitter, but I feel like from far away, for this purpose, I think it looks so nice. You can see the difference. It just adds so much more to the look, and this look it's a very cute basic look, but with this, I feel like it's, I don't know, I like it. Now, as much as I love this product, there is one thing I actually really, it's like a good thing, but also a bad thing. It lasts pretty much all day. And also because I'm using such a little amount, it's such a skinny line. It's not getting moved around too much by my eye area, which is a problem I have with a lot of like putting anything on my aiguisade. It lasts a while, but the glitter is such a bitch to get off. Even if I like use eye makeup remover, oil cleanser, cleansing balm, anything, I still see shimmer under my eye, and even until I feel like the next 2-3 days. And I think that's probably the most annoying part about it to me. I really wish it was a lot easier to get rid of, but I don't know. You give and you take. Oh, that's so cute. You don't have to use these. You can use, it's just that I like to use these because for my eyes, I don't really have aiguisade. It's just like lines under my eyes. And so if I put like a shimmer, if you have like a really defined aiguisade, like the fat under the eye, you'll see it. But for me, I like these glitters because you can actually see it. With shimmers, you don't really see it. It just makes it just gets into like, it just creases under my eyes, and it doesn't really look that, like I might as well have not even used it, you know? So that's why I like these. So I tried wiping it off, and you can see the glitters are pretty stuck on there. See, you see what I mean? The eyeshadow palette is just like okay, but far away, and with the glitter, it looks so pretty. I think since there's so many lip products, I'll do that last, but for now, I'll do the blushes. Now these blush, the Maison Kitsune Soft Cheek, some of my favorite blushes ever, right? Not only the color, but the texture is really unique. It's almost like a cross between a soft powder blush and almost like a cream blush. The girl, when we were buying this, she told us, don't put this anywhere where it's like hot, maybe like there's floor heating here in Korea, Like, don't keep it on the floor anywhere near anything warm because they can actually melt. So I'm guessing that's what she was talking about, like the fact that it's kind of like a little bit almost like a cream. When you open it, you actually get like this, kind of like basically what you get with like a cushion foundation. There's like a little separator and you get your blush. Now the thing I love about this is the fact that if you have trouble getting if you have an issue with like just whenever you put blush, it always just like it's too much. You get like a spot in your face and it's hard to blend it out. I guess with the way that this is with the applicator and the texture, it just, like the name suggests, softly applies your blush, and it's just like a cloud of color on your face. It almost gives the feeling of like a cream blush, but it's just much easier to apply because you're kind of just like dipping in. But it's not like a cream blush because sometimes cream blushes can be too pigmented and then it's hard to blend out or you put too much. This one, it's just the right amount of hardness and softness to where you get the right amount of the puff and it's easy to apply it. But I never know when to put it, whether to put it on powdered skin or on top of my foundation like a cream blush. I don't think it's because, I don't know. Because when I apply, I kind of pat it in. Sometimes I use a brush too, but I find that you do have to kind of really almost dig. I have to, especially because the brush I use for my blush usually is like a natural hair, and so it's super soft. And so I kind of have to like really get in there to pick up the product. These are the colors. Love, love, love the colors because they're all so soft and so wearable. I love 3CE blush in general, especially the ones that came out with the Mood Recipe 2 collection. I wear them like all the time because it's just so easy to wear. So I think I'm gonna go for this one today, which is Sweety Meringue. Is that how you say it? Meringue? Kind of filming it a little bit differently today, so hopefully you can see this properly. Kind of do this. Take off the excess, because again, I mean, even then you don't really get much on there because of a lot of it's just in the puff. And I just pat it in. Honestly, I really don't know if you're gonna see this. Can you see that? Let me do the other side because the lighting is different on this side. But do you see what I mean? It's almost like it's already blended out for me. The puff is doing all the work. One thing though is I do kind of find that it lifts, if you do spot concealing, it kind of lifts the concealer from there. Usually I'll do foundation and then I'll put the liquid concealer like in this way. Today though, I do have to spot conceal because I do have the little spots from my laser, and I find that it does lift that off a little bit. So do keep that in mind. If you're the type to conceal with just liquid concealer, like all the way under the eyes, you might be fine. But there's the look. This is too bright. Is that better? Can you see it? The thing is, I'm sitting in front of my window, but it's at an angle, so the lighting is a little bit different on each side. But even then, if you're the type that likes more pigmented blush, you're not gonna like this. If you like soft blush, the look of softer blush, or you just tend to have trouble with applying blush, then I definitely recommend these, just like any of their powder blushes, or not powder blush, but any of their blushes in general. Now they've got a lot of lip products, and I'm not gonna go through every single, I will have swatch for everything, but right now, with me talking in front of the camera, I'm only gonna put one on. Let me talk about what they have first. So there are 3 types of lip products in this collaboration, I guess. First, you've got the Velvet Lip Tint. I think this is something they already have in the 3CE permanent line. We've got the Velvet Lip Crayon. I believe this is also something they have, but it looks a little bit different. The bullet is shaped differently. It's more like a pencil. Well, this is like a jumbo crayon, right? The other one is more of like a pointed. It almost looks like a shadow stick. And then just like this packaging, they have a lip balm. Let's talk about the lip balm just because I actually, out of everything, I tend to use these the most. Again, really fantastic colors. And I don't think I've ever seen lip balms in colors like this. Lip balms tend to be like, oh, cherry and like, you know, berry. But these ones, kind of like blush colors, they kind of match the blushes and the eyeshadow. So it's all like these really nice, juicy, warm tones. And the thing is, I was expecting more of like, again, like a cherry lip balm sort of texture, but these are actually, let me wear one. This one I like a lot. Rose Sweets, I wear this a lot. Oh, that's exactly what I wanted. Oh shit, hold on, I had lip balm on my lips already. Actually, just kidding, I want to try Peach Beige. I wouldn't even call these really like lip balms, to be honest. They're much thinner, and yeah, they're a little bit moisturizing, but I don't think I would rely on this to moisturize my lips like a lip balm does, because they're so thin. I use these, when I'm using these, I'm not thinking, oh, I need to moisturize my lips. I'm using these because I'm thinking I want my lips to look that way. I want that color. I want that sort of glossy-ish lip. It's not too much gloss. It's just a nice, soft, pretty, natural lip color. That is so pretty. I fucking love like these lip balms. They don't last that long. I do have to reapply them, and I don't find that they stain my lips really, but I love the way they look on my lips so much when I do apply them that I don't even mind. Some of us, I know there's some of us out there that kind of instinctually kind of just always are putting our lip balm on, and so if you're that type of person, I think you'd like these. And just the fact that I think these are really pretty. If you're into like really natural makeup, where you don't wear much, maybe a little BB cream, concealer, and like something on your lips, these are perfect for that. These are the Velvet Lip Crayons. Again, love the colors. More on the natural side, easy to wear, not too bright. Thing I hate, I think this is the only one. The other two, like it broke already. I didn't even use them. They broke at the bottom, and so when I open these, I tend to open it like this with the cap down, and so it'll pop out and fall on the floor. So I think some of these have like hair on them. I find that they're pigmented enough so where I can just like lightly apply it, pat it on, and I get like a nice color. Of course, you can build up to get like a full lip applicator like a lipstick would by just continuously like applying it, and it's in a crayon shape, so you can get like a precise lip line if you like that. Of course, it's gonna run down over time into like just a round little thing, so it's pretty. It kind of softens the lips a little bit because it's like a matte lip crayon, so it gives you kind of like a mattified, like soft, airy look on your lips. But I find that if you use these sorts of things before they kind of bunch up, if you talk a lot or throughout the day, these do the same thing. They're not exactly moisturizing. They're not overly drying, of course. But if you're gonna get these, I think you're gonna get them because of the color, maybe the convenience, because you know, it's just like a little crayon. I don't not recommend them, but there are certain, it depends on what kind of lip products that you like. If I had to throw points off, it's because of the fact that it's not super long wearing, and the fact that they break so easily within the packaging. But the colors are so nice that I'm not completely like against these. Oh yeah, and also they kind of really, well, actually this is actually a big point which I forgot to mention. They really accentuate any dry patches on your lips, which is weird because I just said that it kind of makes your lips look soft. Because from far away your lips will look soft, right? But up close, if you have any dead skin on your lips, it kind of accentuates that. So there's something to definitely keep in mind. Next up, the Velvet Lip Tints. I know these are really popular. There are 5 shades. Again, really warm, really pretty colors. See myself wearing all these, maybe except this one. Oh, don't you love that? Oh, I love that. I'm trying to choose which one I wanted. I was choosing between these two right here. These remind me a lot of maybe a thinner, because one, the applicator gets only a little bit on the thing, so I like that because I don't want too much on the applicator when I put it on, so I start with little and then I can build up. So I like the applicator because it only picks up a little bit. But these remind me a lot of just like the Petty Peta Airy Velvet. I compare a lot of products like that, but a lot of them tend to be the same, like just that similar texture, that airy, silicone-y, like softening sort of velvet tint. That one was Rumbling Rose, and this one is Strawberry Delight. I think we all know what kind of colors I like. Oh, oh, I love that. They soften the look of my lips. They look very airy and soft and velvety, but the wrinkles in my lips, I mean, they're not super blurred out. Oh God, fuck, I love this. It's a very easy to wear everyday look. I would say, if you happen to have this collection, if you happen to get like one of everything in this collection, what, you can have the palette, right? One of the cheeks. Actually, no, because this comes with the cheek, right? So you can probably just go in with these two things, and if you already have your other things like your eyebrows and your base, your foundation, and then you just have this with you, you are set. And of course, you maybe eyeliner and mascara. But this is like why 3CE is one of probably my all-time favorite brand now. Grocery used to be Pony Effect, but I don't know what Pony Effect is doing anymore. And these do tint your lips slightly. I don't think this collection is super, super necessary, but what I love about it so much is just the fact that the colors are these are the kinds of colors that I find a little bit difficult to find in other brands, because there's so many makeup brands, like the market is so saturated now, and they all tend to have the same exact things. But 3CE, I wouldn't say they're super unique, it's just that they have colors that assert a certain aesthetic that I'm into. So that's why I like it. So eye palettes, I'm 50-50. I like the look and I have it, so I guess I'll use it. But the quality, I think, is kind of just average. If you like this look and you want this sort of look and you think it will suit your skin tone, then I can recommend it. But I don't know. I feel like you can just get away with like maybe $2 single shadows and get the similar look. The glitter liners, if you like to put shimmery stuff on your egg style or you like to use glitter liner, definitely recommend them. The only thing is, it's just such a bitch to get it off. Powder, don't think it's super necessary, but if you're the type that has dry skin maybe, and you do at least like to set your foundation lightly to make sure that it doesn't slip inside or around, because even if you have dry skin, it still can be tacky, then I guess this is a decent powder. Cheeks, love the cheek products. Really gives you that light cloud of color on your cheeks, so I love that. Lip products, the crayons, I don't really care about the quality. I don't really care so much for the quality. The quality just like okay. They don't really do much for my lips, and I find that I have to keep putting them on. But it's just I love the colors, so that's why I'll keep them. Lip balms, love the lip balms, because I get similar colors as like the crayons and the tints, but it's in that slightly glossy finish. So if I want that look, then I can go for those lip balms. Velvet tints, they're nice. I think they give a similar effect to the lip crayons, but I think are a little bit better, because they're lighter on the lips, but they still give that velvet matte finish. I honestly don't know why they came out with both at the same time. If they give kind of similar looks, I don't see what the main difference between, I don't know. So hopefully you found this review helpful. I'll link everything down below if you're interested, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye-bye. Do you hear that? Elections for Seoul mayor going on right now. So in Korea, the way they get people to vote for them, they have like trucks, right, with giant pictures of their face plastered on the side and the back. They've got them and like their staff like dancing to music, and oh my god, they were singing Pick Me Up by IOI. Like, pick me, and then they'll say their number. Oh, it's so weird. Anyway, bye.